Alright, the purpose for this video is to demonstrate video playback and video export in Valerus. So as you're looking at your monitoring tab that shows your layout of cameras, you can pull up individual cameras from the tree by dragging and dropping them into the camera tiles. To get into playback, if you hover over the title bar of your camera here, you find this play icon, which is listed as playback mode. If you click on that, it brings up your time bar where the red bar indicates your recordings. I can use my scroll wheel to zoom out, and I see I'm looking at a 40-minute window here. If I keep zooming out further, I can get into, 8 hours. It goes all the way up to 24 hours. That way you can kind of drag this bar around and find out which time your recording is that you want to view and back up. If you click on a location on that bar, it changes the blue indicator that tells you what time you're viewing at, along with the timestamp shown in yellow here. You've got your play buttons, pause, reverse. You can fast forward. You can fast rewind. So that's typical playback. I can just click around and find the location of my incident, and figure out what time frame I want to actually export my video under. Once I've found that location, then we can come up here to the title bar, and we see this icon labeled export. When I click on export, it brings up a pop-up for that particular camera that I clicked export on. If I want multiple cameras, I can click add resource, and I can add additional cameras to this export, but I'm just going to export this one for now. I see I've got a start and an end time. If I click on this calendar, I can actually select the date and time that I want to export for. If I choose 2 p.m. to 2:05 p.m., I can hit apply and close, and that'll change my start and end time. You've also got the option to drag and drop a start and end time here on the camera window. And this also serves as a playback window that you can kind of shore up your time and figure out exactly when. It's a similar playback window to what we just looked at outside of the export window. But I can drag and drop these start and stop times to kind of fine tune my export window. Try and find a time here that my coworker was just leaving. So kind of zooming in and out with the scroll wheel and fine-tuning my time selection. And you can also get a thumbnail if you hover over the time without clicking, so it kind of gives you an idea of where you want to export at. But I can see him, moving here, so I want to set my start time just before that incident and just after that incident for the end time. So right here it says, start time 1:24, 4:33, and 10 seconds. I'm going to export the next 42 seconds. If you select out a player, that means you can view this on any machine. It doesn't have to be a Valerus machine. And if I want to add a password to protect it, I can do that here by clicking this box and entering a password. Once I've narrowed down my timestamp, I can just click export. And we see the export status bar up here has a 1 next to it, which indicates that it's actively exporting video. when I clicked on that, it shows me a status bar on where my export is. Once that's reached 100%, I can click download. This will ask me if I want to open or save this file. I'm going to go ahead and save it. And I've already created a folder on one of my drives called export, so you can create a folder wherever you want to back this file up to. The file name's initially listed with basically the start timestamp, so 2019-124 at 4:59:55. If I click save, it will then copy that file over to that folder. If I can close this. When I look in that folder, I now have a zip file that contains my recordings. If I right click and click extract all, that will extract that zip file to the designated folder. I'm going to go ahead and hit extract. And now I've created a folder that my zip file extracted to, which is this folder on top. If I go into the data folder, that's where my actual video file is. But if I just click on Valerus Player, it will launch a new window that I can play that file back in. The Valerus Player gives you the ability to verify that the file's digital signature hasn't been tampered with. That basically allows us to authenticate the video file and make sure nobody's modified it in the meantime. So I can click yes here. I'll go through a quick check and I can see that my recording is in the tree on the left here. And just like in your viewing window of all your cameras, you can just click and drag that recording into a tile, and I can see my red bar is much shorter here because that's all my exported video. It's currently playing. I can, click around and see that recorded incident. I can rewind just like I can in regular Valerus. This is basically just a standalone Valerus player that gives me all the same features and functionality. When I've saved my zip file backup to my export folder, I can come back up here to the export tab in Valerus and delete the archive that was created on the server, because it's basically a temporary storage location and we've already made a backup of that file. So I can click yes, and now we've freed up the space made by that archive. And if I look here in my export folder that I created, I still have this zip file, and within that zip file the folder that contains my video data. If I don't want to use the Valerus player, the video file that's created within the zip file and is stored in this folder, this is actually just a standard Windows PC video file that can open on any Windows PC. I can just double click that file and I can see the stored video as well. So that's a way you can view the file without that Valerus video player. One other piece that I want to mention is the synchronize button. When I click on the synchronize button, you can see that my camera tiles just got highlighted in purple. That indicates that when I go into playback mode, all my cameras will be viewing synchronously the same timestamp that I choose on one window. So if I back up, you can see it's dark out on all these videos. If I back up to sometime this afternoon, it's going to bring all of those timestamps to the same time. Whereas if I click on synchronize again to unsynchronize this video, and I choose a new timestamp on one window, it's only going to change that one window to the new timestamp. So synchronize is a good way to kind of watch video or incidents as it traverses through multiple different cameras that you may want to look at. If I have playback synchronized and instead of just one camera I want to export all my cameras, there's an export button up at the top of the screen. If I click on that button, then it loads all 4 cameras that I'm viewing to be exported, and I can choose a timestamp for each one individually by clicking on the calendar associated with each one and kind of narrowing my export window down to just what I want to see. The more narrow your start and end times are, the smaller the video file size is, and we really only want to capture the information that we want to need to keep that file size down as much as possible.